All right. That was a short gospel, so let's pair it with a short message. I just want to take a little time to explain the timing of it all. So, if you haven't heard this before, certain numbers in the Bible have significant symbolic value. Case in point, the number 12. 12 signifies wholeness and completeness, the 12 tribes of Israel. So the Jews at Jesus' time, they didn't really like having 11 of something. It felt weird. And so when the 12 apostles went down to 11, when Judas was out of the picture, they brought in Matthias as a last-minute replacement because they wanted to keep the number of apostles at 12 for as long as possible. So again, the number 12 means something. People thought like that back then. Well, another number in the Bible that has deep, significant meaning is the number 40. In the Bible, 40 equals a really long time. For the most part, if you see the number 40 in the Bible, you can scratch it out. Don't literally do that. And if you think a really long time in its place, you will lose none of the meaning. In Genesis, it rains 40 days and 40 nights with Noah and the ark. The exact number of days does not matter. What matters is that it rained for a really long time. In the book of Exodus, Moses and the Hebrews fled Egypt, and they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. The exact number of years does not matter. What matters is they wandered for a really long time. And Jesus, today in the gospel, is tempted in the desert for 40 days. He was tested for a really long time. So for us, Lent is 40 days. To be more precise, there are exactly 46 days between Ash Wednesday and the Easter Vigil. But there are 6 Sundays in there which do not count for your fast. 46 minus 6 is 40. That's easy math. The fact that Lent is exactly 40 days is not what is important. What's important is that we're doing something challenging and worthwhile for a really long time. Our spiritual purification needs to be a process of lengthy duration. So it's not about giving up soda for a weekend. It's going without soda for a really long time. That's where the challenge is, and that is where you stand to gain something from the experience. Basically, we're talking about endurance, spiritual endurance. And that's something in life that has to be built up over time. You can't improve your endurance right away overnight. That doesn't really work. It takes time. A comparison with a physical sense of endurance is appropriate. So, focusing on that for just a second here, most people can run at their top speed for about a minute or two. Maybe you're playing with your kids in the backyard. Maybe the dog got out of the house without a leash on. We've all been there, that's fine. It is obviously a very different thing to train for an actual race, whether it be a 5K or a marathon or whatever, because now you have to run at full speed for a really long time. You have to manage your energy level. You have to be in the right mindset. All of that comes automatically with being a runner. I mean, really, when you think about it, it comes with being an athlete in any way, of any kind. So from now until April 4th, we are all spiritual athletes. Anybody can go one day without their smartphone, without drinking alcohol or eating meat. I'm not necessarily saying that's an easy thing to do, but anyone can do that without too much preparation or training. But can you go without those things for 40 days? For a really long time? That's where the challenge lies. That's what makes Lent have its meaning. So I will say it again. If you do not have a Lenten sacrifice yet, get one by the end of the day. It is not too late. I mean, fine, the rest of us have a 4-day head start on you if we started at Ash Wednesday, but doing something for exactly 40 days is not what's important. What's important is that we do something worthwhile and challenging for a long time. Physical exercise is good. Everyone knows this. Spiritual exercise is every bit as healthy and every bit as important. Even Jesus took time to do this at least once. So let's run the race of faith, and let's run so as to win.